I took 32 random Simpsons Funko Pops and I put them into a vote to let you guys decide on what the best Funko Pop is in this line. And let me tell you, things got pretty interesting. I do votes like this all the time on my Discord server, Everything Funko. The last vote we did was retro toys. Today we've got Simpsons as per request of some of you guys in the comments. Now the Simpsons Funko Pop line is really big. There is a lot of Funko Pops in this line, but the way these brackets and votes work is that I can only choose 32 pops, so I picked 32 from this line at complete random, and those 32 pops are Radioactive Man, Marge, Kearney, Moe, Duffman, Grandpa Simpson, Chief Wiggums, Auto Man, Bart, Zombie Bart, Lisa, Itchy, Comic Book Guy, Alien Maggie, King Kong Homer, Barney, Sideshow Bob, Donut Homer, Millhouse as Fall Out Boy, Homer with Reactor, Groundskeeper Willie, Scratchy, Grim Reaper Homer, Mr. Burns, Jimbo, Krusty, Ralph Wiggums, Ned Flanders, Fly Bart, Nelson, Poochie, and Deep Space Homer. The Simpsons Funko Pop line has got some seriously cool Funko Pops, so this vote's going to be extremely interesting to see how it plays out. Let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to win out of those 32 pops I just mentioned. But yeah, with all that being said, let's kick off the best Simpsons Funko Pop vote with round number 1. Starting this round, we've got Radioactive Man up against Marge. Now the older Simpsons Funko Pops, they're not the greatest. I do mention in a lot of these votes that the original Funko Pops, a part of whatever line or vote that I'm doing, aren't the best. And sometimes you guys get mad at me because you like those pops, and that's completely fine. You can like those pops, but I think a lot of the older Funko Pops, a part of these lines that I'm doing for these votes, are not that good. Especially the Simpsons ones. The original Simpsons Funko Pops are just not that good, especially considering how good the new Simpsons Funko Pops are. But yeah, Marge isn't the greatest, and she's up against Radioactive Man, a pretty cool Funko Pop. But with that being said, Marge lost with 26 votes to 101. Then we've got Kearney up against Moe. Kearney is definitely a random character that they turned into a Funko Pop from The Simpsons. Definitely a really random pick. And Moe is Moe, and with that being said, Moe obviously won here. Moe won with 92 votes to 34. Wasn't really close. Then it was Duffman up against Grandpa Simpson. Two pretty cool pops here actually. I like Grandpa Simpson a lot, but I also do like Duffman. And you guys voted in favor of Duffman with 102 votes to 28. It wasn't close at all. Then we've got Chief Wiggums up against Otto, and Otto lost with 37 votes to 93. Otto is a pretty cool pop, but up against Chief Wiggums, yeah, Chief Wiggums is a lot better. Then we've got Bart up against Zombie Bart, a battle of the Barts. Both of these are actually pretty cool. I really do like and appreciate how simple that one Bart is, but on the other side, that Zombie Bart is really cool. But you guys had a clear favorite. You guys voted in favor of the normal Bart. Bart won with 81 votes to 50. Then we've got Lisa up against Itchy, and the result of this vote actually really did surprise me. I thought Lisa was gonna win this, but nope, she actually lost with 54 votes to 76. Then we've got Comic Book Guy up against Alien Maggie, and Alien Maggie lost with 58 votes to 72. I really do like that Comic Book Guy. It was a Comic-Con exclusive a couple years back, and I remember I tried to get it, but I didn't. Then we've got King Kong Homer up against Barney. Two pretty cool pops right here actually. On one side you have one of those Homer variants. There is so many of those pops made. I'm gonna call them Homer variants because that's what they are. They're just different versions of Homer. So many of those pops are made. King Kong Homer ended up winning with 79 votes to 50. Then we've got Sideshow Bob up against Donut Homer. Sideshow Bob is really cool, and Donut Homer is a really unique looking Funko Pop. Honestly, I thought this was gonna be a pretty fair vote, but nope, I was wrong. You guys had a clear favorite here. Donut Homer won with 92 votes to 33. Wasn't really close. Then we've got Millhouse as Fall Out Boy up against Homer with Reactor, and this Homer with Reactor is a fairly new one. If you keep your pops in their boxes, you wouldn't have seen this, but if you do take this pop out of the box, on the back side of it, it has all of Homer's bones and like body. It looks really cool. But back to the vote, Homer with Reactor ended up winning with 93 votes to 36. Then we've got Scratchy up against Groundskeeper Willie. Two really cool pops here actually. I would have to go with Willie though if I had to pick. But you guys really disagree with me because Willie lost with 37 votes to 87. A 50 vote difference. Wasn't close. Then we've got Grim Reaper Homer up against Mr. Burns. And Mr. Burns lost with a very large vote disparity. He lost with 17 votes to 108. Wasn't close at all, which really surprises me considering that it's Mr. Burns. It's not like some random character. It's literally Mr. Burns. Speaking of random characters, next up we've got Jimbo up against Krusty. Well, I know he's not super random. I just think it's very different from the usual Funko Pops they make in this line. I know they were trying to make that whole group for a while there. I know they have Nelson, they've got Kearney and Jimbo as well. But yeah, obviously the winner here was Krusty. Krusty won with 108 votes to 20. And you know what? I'll take back what I said at the start of the video because this Krusty actually isn't that bad considering how old it is. Then we've got Ralph up against Ned Flanders, and the vote here was actually pretty close, but Ned Flanders did end up winning with 72 votes to 57. Then it was Fly Bart up against Nelson, and Nelson won with 83 votes to 44. This one really surprised me considering how cool that Fly Bart Funko Pop is. It's so unique and awesome. And then finally, we've got Poochie up against Deep Space Homer, and Deep Space Homer won with 100 votes to 29. Wasn't even close, and honestly, I can see why that Deep Space Homer is just so cool. The mold, the detail, everything about it is awesome. But yeah, that concludes round number 1. 16 pops were just eliminated and 16 pops move on to the next round. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. But with all that being said, let's move on to round number 2. 16 pops are remaining. Kicking off round number 2, we've got a battle between Radioactive Man and Mo. Radioactive Man ended up winning with 67 votes to 26. Then it was Duff Man up against Chief Wiggums, and Chief Wiggums won with 63 votes to 31. Bart up against Itchy, and Itchy lost here with 32 votes to 61. Comic Book Guy up against King Kong Homer, and this one surprised me. 62 votes to 31 in favor of Comic Book Guy. Now I was saying I like Comic Book Guy, but that King Kong Homer is really cool, and I'm surprised it lost here. Then we've got Donut Homer up against Homer with Reactor, and this has to be the closest vote in today's video. Homer with Reactor won with only 2 votes. It was 47 to 45. Then it was Grim Reaper Homer up against Scratchy, and Grim Reaper Homer won with 61 votes to 32. Krusty up against Ned Flanders. Krusty won with 69 votes to 23. And finally, Nelson up against Deep Space Homer, and of course Nelson lost with 29 votes to 64. Some pretty interesting decisions made in that round. I think Comic Book Guy winning up against King Kong Homer is just crazy. Sometimes I wonder if people are voting based off the character or if they're voting based off how cool the pop is. Because for me, I'm usually going on based off how cool the pop is. And that King Kong Homer, it's a lot better than Comic Book Guy, that's for sure. But yeah, with that being said, 8 pops are eliminated and 8 pops move on to the next round. Let's get right into round number 3. Round number 3 kicks off with a battle between Radioactive Man and Chief Wiggums, and it wasn't even close. Radioactive Man lost with 17 votes to 100. Then it was Bart up against Comic Book Guy, and Comic Book Guy lost with 37 votes to 84. Then it was Homer with Reactor up against Grim Reaper Homer, Homer against Homer, and Grim Reaper Homer won with 93 votes to 30. And then finally, it was Krusty up against yet another Homer, Deep Space Homer. And Deep Space Homer, of course, won with 76 votes to 46, a 30 vote difference. And just like that, 4 pops were eliminated and 4 pops move on to the next round, 2 of which are Homers actually. There's just so many Homer Funko Pops, it would be impossible to do one of these votes without as many as I have. And I did the lower side. I think there's like, what, only 5 or 6 Homers in this video? But yeah, let's get right into round number 4. Round number 4 kicks off with a great battle between Chief Wiggums and Bart. This one is really good. I like this battle because that's 2 really awesome Funko Pops. Chief Wiggums has been doing pretty well throughout all the other past rounds, and so has Bart. And this time around, it wasn't really close. Bart won with 82 votes to 39. Really surprised me considering how many votes Chief Wiggums was getting in the previous rounds. Where's that love now, guys? But yeah, Bart moves on to the finals, and then we also got Grim Reaper Homer up against Deep Space Homer. Once again, a battle of the Homers. In the end, Homer won. I'm not gonna tell you which Homer. Nah, I'm just kidding. Deep Space Homer lost with 46 votes to 75, meaning we've only got 2 pops remaining. Moving into the final round, we've got Grim Reaper Homer up against Bart. 2 really cool Funko Pops, and honestly, 2 pops I did not expect to make it to the finals. I really thought the finals was gonna be like something interesting like Deep Space Homer, Donut Homer, something like that. But nope, you guys surprised me. Who do you think's gonna win here? Let me know in the comments down below. In the end though, Bart did end up losing with 58 votes to 62, a relatively close vote there, actually only 4 vote difference. That's really close. But there you have it. Grim Reaper Homer is the best Simpsons Funko Pop according to you guys on my Discord server. What do you guys think watching this video? Let me know in the comments down below. If you missed this vote and you want to be in future votes, make sure you join my Discord server. I'll have a link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you guys so much for participating on the Discord server if you did. I appreciate all of you guys for watching today's video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.